Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is another good amendment. Please vote yes. As I said before, Mr. Speaker, budgets are about priorities. And right after our paramount duty to education, basic education, comes our duty and a top priority of ours to public safety and the well-being of the least among us. What this amendment would do is it would put aside a substantial amount of budget money to make available to local jurisdictions funds to encourage cleaning up and, frankly, disbanding illegal homeless encampments, particularly, Mr. Speaker, those illegal homeless encampments that are close to our children, close to their schools, close to their playgrounds, close to their bus stops, their bike paths, the places the children of this state study and play. Mr. Speaker, it has been well reported that in a number of locations around our state, illegal homeless encampments are encroaching on elementary schools. In some cases, Mr. Speaker, actually reaching in to the property, to the grounds of the elementary schools, posing a risk to the children of this state, their health and their well-being. Mr. Speaker, as you well know, many of these illegal homeless encampments are centers and concentration points for illegal drug use and hard drugs, Mr. Speaker, fentanyl, the recent scourge of this state. What this amendment does is it gives local jurisdictions the ability to clean up those camps and the ability to make our children's lives in this state better, more wholesome, more healthy. This is an important thing, Mr. Speaker. Many of the largest urban areas on the West Coast have reconsidered years of non-productive policies toward homeless housing and begun cleaning up homeless camps in their areas. And, Mr. Speaker, I think that is a hopeful sign. We need to move past the bad policies and enabling procedures of recent years that have caused, Mr. Speaker, even in just the last 2 years, homelessness in this state to increase dramatically. So this amendment will reallocate some money, some resources in our budget from other things that frankly should not be priorities. For example, giving bonuses to state employees who get COVID shot boosters. A program, Mr. Speaker, that was modeled to have an 80% participation rate, but in fact has a participation rate something like half of that number. Let's reallocate money, a lot of money, from programs that frankly should be lesser priorities like that one to this program, which makes our kids' lives safer and healthier. All of our lives safer and healthier, Mr. Speaker. And it's not just the kids. It's our brothers and sisters and neighbors who are down and out and living in those kinds of encampments. Mr. Speaker, the traditional recent past, the traditional ways that we've been treating homelessness in this state, they do no favors to those struggling with homelessness, to those struggling, Mr. Speaker, with addiction. We need to do differently, Mr. Speaker. The policies we have pursued have only enabled and encouraged homelessness. We need to go a different way, and this amendment helps us go a different way. We spoke earlier on this floor, Mr. Speaker, about another budget that we just passed, which did do the hard work of reallocating resources from projects and expenditures that weren't working to projects and expenditures that are working. This amendment, Mr. Speaker, is like that. It does the hard work of moving taxpayer money from expenditures that aren't working to expenditures that do work. And Mr. Speaker, next to basic education, public safety should be a priority here. And Mr. Speaker, budgets are about priorities. Let's put public safety, the better well-being of the down and out, and the health of our kids at the top of the priority list. Please vote yes on this amendment.